Dawson Rider Wiki.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with my review of ZW05 Gannontoise from the new Zoids Wild series. This is Blastoise's like more armored cousin. So yeah, just real quick, these do have really nice boxes. So if you're someone to save the box, they have really cool like, oh, we have, art of like a picture of the toy looking a little prettier on there and stuff like that. So, for people that save boxes or like to display them like that, there is that. So I always like to just kind of show that off. Real quick before I forget anything extra, here is the extra stickers that are left over. The stickers are super easy, which I'll talk about in a second. And of course you get one of these little clear guys to write on top. I like how all the pictures for these on the box show them as like painted, but then you get them and they're just these clear things. But anyway, here we have him. He was one of the 3 designs that leapt at me the most. The other ones being, of course, Wild Liger and crocodile guy whose name I'm forgetting right now. It's like Carrigator, it's not right. But, and I really like his design, like I've always liked turtles and tortoises and stuff. Insert I like turtles reference here. But I thought he had a really cool design. And he is pretty neat. I really like him. I think he actually wound up being my least favorite of the 3. In some aspects, that doesn't mean I really dislike him. Like, I still think he looks cool. It's kind of an interesting lighter color for this. Like, I kind of dig how unique it is. Like, the naked eye is almost looking a little bit different than, like, the way you're seeing it a bit. I really dig the way his eyes here that you put in kind of look like, you can see them right now, they look like they're looking at you on camera. And that kind of works for both sides. So I kind of dig that. It's kind of funny, he was actually the most difficult to build, and not because he's necessarily any more complicated than the others, but like I was having some issues with some of the mechanisms within him that I had to get right. Like I had it just almost right, and I would be testing it out, and something would be clicking or something. But that's also something I enjoy about these kits, is, I like seeing like the machinery turning on the inside and seeing how it all works. And that's just kind of fun to sort of problem solve that and whatnot, if you run into a problem. Of course, you can like double check the instructions, but before I double check, I usually like to look, and see if I can fix it on my own. As you can see, there's these little stickers here. Like there's only, I think, 2 that like the instructions tell you to put on them, and you can do whatever you want. But that's really the only stickers. It's basically more or less like bumper stickers. And like I already showed you that little sheet, you have extra ones. Oh, there's a 3rd one right there. You can swap out and stuff like that. But as I said in the other reviews for these, I really appreciate not having a lot of stickers. Like, even when I like building model kits, I've never been a fan of having to do too many stickers because, A, it can be kind of tedious, especially like if you're doing small eye level ones, but also because over time they tend to fray off unless you do something about it. So it's really nice to have like these designs here where you build them and they're like 99.9% complete without any sticker. Like the 0% is just these, which you don't even have to put on if you don't want to. Okay, and as per usual, these have mechanical features for moving. Right back here is his little switch. When you get it, it's just a little, regular switch, and you kind of add stuff on top of it. So we'll press it in. The first one is basically just classic tortoise walking. So there you go. You can see all of his little legs move, and his head's moving up and down a little bit. Got the tail back there. It's really neat. I do dig it. I know it's not for everyone, but I think it kind of makes these little extra fun. Like, not just because it's interesting to see the way they all differently move, like the way they kind of made them look like how the animals would move. But also, like I said, when you're building it, it's fun to get to see, like, for lack of better words, like how the sausage is made. Like you can kind of see when you're building, I'm like, oh, I see, like this is gonna push that, and like that's really neat. But yeah, so that's just walking, insert like turtle slow jokes here. The other one is basically like a cannon feature, and so in order to do that, you pull this piece down, just be kind of careful. It's got the mechanism here so that like the way you build this, so it's supposed to slide down, but you just don't want to pull too hard. You'll probably pull it off there. And then this opens up and there's like a little rib cage up here, which is, it's interesting. Okay, so for right here, you'll see, it's kind of hard to see because it's kind of pulled back, but you'll see there's like a little like well right there. And what you're going to want to do is take this little kind of like handlebar and make sure it's sort of positioned inside of it, and so that it can do the cannon feature. And let's hope it does it. Nope, damn it, of course. But that was what would always happen, but now it's farther forward, so it's easier to do. There we go. There you go. So now, I mean, that looks a little wrong, but it's also kind of cool because, it's like a that's my cannon noises. It's just me like blowing air into the camera screen here. I just got spittle on it. But yeah, kind of like with Gator, I dig that it kind of basically has two modes, you know, that you can do stuff with, like, oh, here's regular walking, and then Gator has like the giant clamping mode, and then this has the cannon mode, which is really neat, and I like how it's all stored inside. I almost wish there was a way that it was super elaborate, and when you turned it on, it like self went, but that would be probably too expensive. But still pretty neat. And that was one of the trickier parts to get. Like, for some reason, like, I got it to work, and then when I put the armor on it, it had this weird hitch where it would go and just rattle, and I was like, oh, is that what it's supposed to do? Because it's like a Gatling gun, but no, that's not what it's supposed to do. But yeah, overall, I still do dig this thing, and I think if you're into its design and into model kits like this, I can definitely recommend checking them out. I think they're a lot of fun. Again, as I mentioned in the previous reviews, what I do like about these kits, including obviously like the machinery functions, is that they're a good mid-range kit. So like if you don't feel like doing a really complicated build, but you don't want something that's like, you know, for like an IQ level of 1, it's kind of like the perfect middle ground where you can kind of have fun building it, and, you know, maybe watch something or listen to some music, and you don't have to worry too much about being focused. Anyway, that's about it. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you can get all the notifications for my videos. Dawson Rider, signing out.